So back in January of this year, I decided to delete social media from my phone, and it ended up being one of the best things that I could have done for my life. Now, I'm not claiming that you should go out and delete all of your actual profiles so that you can never get back on social media. I think there's a lot of pros to it, but there are also a lot of cons. Basically, I just reflected on my life and determined that I was spending way too much time looking at other people's lives that were fabricated and only the most optimal and perfect things. And it was not making me feel super great about my own life and my own self. So, what I am claiming is that most of us are addicted to social media. We spend too much time scrolling reels, looking at photos, watching videos that don't add any real value to our lives. So if you don't know me and you're clicking on this video, my name is Ruben. I am a regular dad. I have a 11-month-old daughter. I am training for a 50-mile ultramarathon race, and I'm working full time. So pretty busy guy, and I am taking you along this journey with me. And I think it is important for everybody to take some sort of break. It really has made a difference in my own life. A couple of the things that I've noticed is I'm less distracted. I have more focus. I'm able to be more present for my family and my friends and the people that I interact with daily. It makes me feel more confident in what I do have in my own life. And I think you can experience the same benefits. Again, you don't have to go out and delete everything, but I do think taking an honest reflection of where you're at with your social media use can be super beneficial. And so what I would suggest is maybe take a look at your screen time first. Just look at the last week and see where you're at. Are you spending, an hour plus on Instagram, an hour plus on Snapchat, on Facebook, on Twitter? And how much of that time is actually adding value to your life? So first, take a reflection. I also think once you've kind of got a baseline and you've determined where you're at with your consumption of social media, then you can take certain steps to detox your life. For myself, I went pretty extreme with it. I completely took the Instagram and Facebook apps off of my phone, and so I wasn't really tempted at all to get on those. And the cool thing is I didn't really notice or feel like I was missing out on anything. I think when we get the idea of, okay, maybe I'm spending too much time on social media, we think that we're going to miss out on so much. I don't really think that's the case. If something is important, someone will text you about it. Someone will give you a phone call. So I think a couple ideas that might help you is you could set a screen time limit on certain apps that you're spending too much time on. Maybe limit yourself to, at the beginning, 30 minutes on a certain app. And then as you see the benefits of reducing your consumption and use of those apps, then you can lower it to 20 minutes, 15, 10 minutes. And that is kind of the next step for me, right? You don't have to be as extreme as I went and completely delete everything for 6+ months. I think you can take an easier approach, maybe just set limits every day. Another idea that my friend told me that he was doing is he is only getting on social media on his computer, which also helps limit his consumption. Usually his computer for him during the workday is for exactly that, for work. But when he goes home during the evenings, he might get a little time on Instagram to catch up on what his friends and family are doing. I think another good idea for you is maybe limit it to certain days of the week. Maybe it's only a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing where you get on social media. I think that also has a lot of perks because then it lets you focus on whatever work you're doing during the week, and then you can spend your weekends a little bit more relaxed if you want to catch up and do other things. And maybe the last thing that I'll mention here is I think instead of consuming all the time on social media, maybe try creating a little bit. Maybe a weekly photo dump would be something that you could do, or you could make YouTube videos like me, or short form content like reels or shorts. Or maybe you just spend more time documenting your own life, journaling, taking pictures, taking videos. If you have kids, that can be super fun, and that's what my wife and I are trying to do more of, is document through video more of our daughter's progression through life, which has been really fun to even look back. She's not even a year old, but she has changed so much in the last year. And I think we all do change so much every day, week, month, year, decade. And to be able to see and document that process can be pretty cool. A little bit of a training update. I am at 47 miles this week. Today is Saturday night. So I have one more day to get the last 3 miles for a 50 week. Just some circumstantial things towards the end of the week here made it a little bit harder to take a full rest day tomorrow, but I'll just do some super easy recovery miles tomorrow to wrap up the 50 miles. Other than that, I'm on day 11 of 75 hard. I just finished. It seems like the weekends are much easier than the weekdays, just because I can read sooner, I can drink more water, because usually I put my long runs during the weekends, and it makes it easier to do workouts as well. So if you haven't heard of 75 hard, it's a pretty fun challenge. Basically, you do 2 workouts, one outside, 45 minutes each. You drink a gallon of water, you follow a diet, you have no cheat meals, no alcohol. You read 10 pages of a nonfiction book, and you take a progress picture every day. And so that's been a fun challenge for me, in addition to reducing my social media time, in addition to training, being a dad. I think it's really pushed me to my limits, but it's already in the last 11 days helped me to be more confident in myself. I feel more disciplined. I've already lost a few pounds. So all of that is contributing to me being a better dad and a better runner. And I'm excited for what the future has to bring. I appreciate you tagging along on this video here. If you're still here, please leave a like and a comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this.